Welcome to the Skelton Report. I'm Mark Nathaniel Skelton. Today we're going to be talking about preventing strokes. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for this information and more like it. Okay, so I'm matriculating through a health psychology program, and what that means is we're taking a look at how like your emotions and psychology and behavior play a role in your overall health. And you'll be surprised, all right, that how a lot of the ailments that we experience as a society can be prevented based on our behaviors. All right, so we're talking about preventable measures here. CDC talks about, I saw a stat that upwards to 60 to 80% of strokes can be prevented. All right, and that's just with the change of behavior and some of the health practices we have. So let's talk about it. Here is a article from NIH, that's the National Institute of Health. And it's titled Brain Basics Preventing Strokes. I'll definitely put a link in the description below. And it talks about today, more and more Americans are protecting their most important asset, their brain. And are you? So I want to bring that to your attention. Stroke ranks as, let's look at some stats, as the fourth leading killer in the United States. A stroke can be devastating to our families, rob us of our independence, and it is the most common cause of adult disability. Each year, almost 800,000 Americans have a stroke and 160,000 die from stroke-related causes. So if we look down here, and again, I'm kind of instilling some hope that this can be prevented up to 60-80% of the time. And so there's a number of some important risk factors to look at, but I want to look at some of the top three. So here we have high blood pressure. Hypertension is by far the most potent risk factor. Hypertension causes 2 to 4-fold increase in risk strokes before 80. All right, so if your blood pressure is high, they recommend talk to your doctor. Let's get a strategy to get that down. So some ways are maintaining the proper weight, avoid drugs known to raise blood pressure, and eat right. So cut down on salt and eat fruits and vegetables to increase potassium in your diet, and exercise more. All right. Cigarette smoking. All right, this is another big one. Cigarette smoking causes about two-fold increase in the risk of ischemic stroke. So that means when the blood vessels blocked up, all right, a clot there, and up to 4-fold increase in the risk of hemorrhage. That's when it kind of busts like a balloon. God forbid. So basically, when you smoke, it's been linked to buildup of fatty substances, and the blockage of the arteries, leading cause of strokes. All right, nicotine raises, did you know this? Nicotine raises blood pressure. Carbon monoxide from smoking reduces the amount of oxygen. Your brain needs oxygen, and the oxygen gets to your brain through your blood. All right, so it reduces the amount of oxygen your blood can carry to the brain. The cigarette smoke makes your blood thicker, and that means it's more likely to clot. All right, smoking also promotes aneurysm formations. Boom. By quitting, look at this stat. By quitting at any age, you also reduce your risk of lung disease, heart disease, and a number of other cancers as well. And there's other, heart disease warnings, diabetes. But again, I want to look at this one right here too, physical inactivity. Obesity and inactivity are associated with hypertension, diabetes, and heart disease. And waist circumference to hip circumference ratio equal to above mid value for the population increases the risk of ischemic stroke 3-fold. Okay, so let's bring it back in here. Just read a chapter in a book that talked about obesity, tobacco, and inactivity. It was like the big three that contribute to overall, like more than just strokes too, just a lot of our health problems. So take this information and use it. Hope it was a blessing to you as it was for me. And just keep and remember, if you take away anything, is that 60 to 80% of strokes can be prevented. That means you have the power, all right? You control the ship in a sense, all right, to preventing strokes from occurring in your life. All right, that's all I got. Be sure to follow me at Mark N. Skelton. And remember, the more you learn, the more you earn. And I will check you out on the next go around. Peace.